Romancing the Dungeon is a softcore D&D podcast about heroes navigating their daily lives while looking for love in a world full of peril, monsters, and heartbreakers. This show is intended for mature audiences as it contains adult themes. Wait, I thought this shit was PG-13! Content warnings for specific episodes can be found in the episode description. I paid some girl I met on the street to do the recap, so I don't know. Here you go.
It was Kappa.
What did he tell you?
It's some kind of prophecy, but I don't know. There's something about the grove in it. I think the shards are mentioned.
AJ, focus. We need to get safe. You know this area. How do we do those things?
There's a cache kind of near-ish on the way that they don't go to because it's not official.
You notice something a little higher up the tree. There is a ornate arrowhead just fixed there.
You want me to read this thing?
Yeah.
If you got this note, I am long gone with Una. I have come to realize a truth. You were an infatuation. I am so sorry. I feel the truth is most important now. Look after Hephaesta and Nate. Goodbye, Fia.
There is a crumbling of a small coal, and there, charred and half buried, a second arrowhead. Are you lonely, miserable, or just plain horny? Well, you've taken the first steps to solving your problems. At least your dating ones. Welcome to D8. Devoted, desired, dreamy or dirty. Dapper dates for dejected daters. My name is Roz Grapers, founder, CEO, and love wizard. And on behalf of D8 Services, I would like to apologize in the delay in replying to the many letters seeking the information for Fia Burbage. What is it about a king-killing psychopath that you all get so horny for? You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Now, it goes without saying that Fia's profile is now behind a hefty paywall, so do with that what you will. Speaking of shame, Nate, what's the most shameful thing you've ever done?
It's quite a difficult question because I don't really make it a habit of feeling shame. So I really would have to say the only time I've ever really felt shame is when I felt ashamed. And then I realized, actually, I'm having loads of fun. And then I regretted feeling that shame. So I'm kind of ashamed of feeling shame that one time.
About as deep as a puddle.
Thank you.
Feels like everything that's been happening in my life recently wants me to feel ashamed and wants me to question who I am and what I do. And Roz, I'm kind of sick of it. I've just been hanging out with this guy, Nate, and I think it's time to enjoy life. Get back to OG AJ.
Yeah, that's one of the first symptoms of the brain rot. Yeah. Look, there's no shame. Fia 2 is a wonderful replacement for the first Fia, okay? Speaking of Fia 2.
I think the last time that I was leaving this group, I did so in quite a shameful way because I felt really bad not saying goodbye. So this time, I'm going to tell them that I'm leaving.
Well, you have no shame at all. You flit in, you flit out. Oh, it's still more interesting than the first Fia. I see it.
Was that a compliment?
No, that was an insult to the other Fia, but if you want to take that as a compliment.
I mean... once, when I was very young, mind you, I lit my brother Shango's girlfriend's overnight bag on fire, and while she was showering, and so she came out and she had nothing to wear, and she was really upset, and she blamed him, and they broke up. It was pretty funny at the time, but now I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm a better person, and now I feel, mildly upset about it.
God, I miss Sekhmet.
Rip. Me too.
cold. Well, slightly less cold. And with the hot rock being fumbled around in your hands, stored in someone's pants, resting against your shoulders, each of you is kind of doing your best to stave off the wind that is just hurtling down between these two rock faces. It's like the wind has kind of just carved through the mountain, and occasionally flits of grit and snow and ice just kind of catch against your face as you shield yourselves from it. It is a blisteringly cold wind that kind of cuts into you, and you can hear it whistling through the chasm over rock face. As the afternoon sun kind of slips into the evening, you feel kind of like, it's like, oh, did it just get colder? You passed the bastard naggin like an hour ago, like 3 hours ago, and AJ has been insistent that you keep quiet, you keep low. You're crossing the trail here for the Dragon's Breath distillery, and as the four of you maneuver through this space, I need everybody to give me stealth rolls. Again, AJ with advantage.
7? I got 23.
8 again.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. 2 successes, 2 fails. Again, it is that thing, Nate and AJ, as ye press into the wind. Behind you a little bit, you clearly see Hephaesta muttering. Like, it's not even, you don't even hear her, but it's just razza.
There she is.
Like, just not fucking happy. You don't see Clodagh. AJ, it is, I think, is when you look back and you don't see her, you realize those storm clouds from earlier that morning have now drifted over the Watcher's Peak, and there is a flurry of snow that just collides with you. You are at the early onset of a blizzard.
He's trying to blow us off the mountain.
Ooh.
Declan. His ivory tower.
Look, I've tried to blow everybody on a mountain.
Can I make a perception check for Clodagh through the blizz? Ooh. 11?
You can see something in the distance. You can see somebody kind of hunkered down and moving, but they're not following you. They seem to be crossing the path.
I'll telepathically try to connect with whatever that thing is.
Way to give away our position.
And be like, try to blend in with the wind just to...
Give me a deception check. I don't know what the fuck that was. I feel like that should be at disadvantage.
I'm sure.
It's like RTE after dark.
It's like fucking Donald Duck.
Disadvantage. It's a 12. I'm the wind.
Do you say I'm the
No,
wind?
don't say
Because
that.
that'll really solidify
So I'm
it.
just giving him a straight roll, and that's a 19.
I'm the wind.
Like, so
No, you're not.
Just above. It's one. I'm going to give you. This is one of those above the table moments.
No, come down to the scene.
No, above the table. No.
Join me.
So occasionally, when I'm editing, and especially when I'm looking for wind effects, and I'm looking on some really wonderful resources, you often get like wind blast, and then in the description it's like, I made this with my mouth, and you're like, that's clearly a dude going into a microphone, and it's just not doing anything for me. This, or even the what?
I made that with
But no
my
one
mouth.
likes a wet wind.
What you do in your own free time.
Yeah, calm down. Okay. There is just a. Excusez-moi.
Je suis en wind. I realize it's not Clodagh immediately and that we've got Visage in company on our hands.
Bisik? Is that you?
I look to the rest of the party and say, so we've lost Clodagh, but I found a Visagian. And they think I'm Ezek. And I looked at Nate and go, do you think you could like talk me through convincing this person that I'm Ezek?
His name is Biswick.
He doesn't know that. He thinks it's Eswick.
No.
You're on your own, bitch.
See you.
Okay, in that case, let's just like hide.
Where's Clodagh?
Not towards Ezek. Oh,
Nate's gonna cast locate object on
I mean, she's a person.
on one of Clodagh's earrings. If you let me finish my goddamn sentence.
This is why I'm single.
Because no one can match Nate.
Oh my!
Yeah, the bar is on the floor.
Okay, crowdfunding goal. Eilish, a therapist.
Do you want a number for my therapist?
Well, do you know what? Unfortunately, I'm the only one that's looking for you. So
I mean, I'm looking with my eyes, but she's not fucking here, so.
She's not here, let's go.
Which does not translate on a podcast medium.
Declan's making
I scooped my eyes.
I do that.
Okay. Oh, you're being serious. You're right.
Yeah.
So
Why would he be joking?
I don't know. It's Clodagh.
Were you going to sell the earring? Just out of curiosity.
I'm looking.
we
It's
can find
attached
it.
to you
How would you know what it looks like?
because I've seen you. I've looked at you.
fair.
Anytime.
Remember, like literally 30 minutes ago, where I was like, "Oh, she looks all sad." I'm looking directly at her, and then I do nothing.
point.
I'd sell those earrings if she was dead. So, like AJ, you're like, we have to get off the path.
Yeah.
So you are kind of like pushing everybody kind of towards kind of a rocky outcropping to like duck down behind here. And in that moment, Nate, you are like, oh God, her earrings. Hang on a second. What's the range on it?
1,000 feet.
Oh, all right. Okay. Ping. You reach out and you, like AJ's like, can you help me convince this guy that I'm his friend? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because again, this is telepathy and he hasn't a clue what you were on about. In that moment, you kind of, it's Clodagh earrings. You remember they're kind of small, little, kind of dainty little rings that she kind of has in her ears. You picture those, and then you know she's 100 feet back behind you. So this shadowy figure that AJ spotted, that he was talking to in his head, is between you and Clodagh.
Okay.
Clodagh,
Oh.
give me a perception check
Uh-oh.
at disadvantage.
Uh-oh.
19 or 12?
Well, we'll go with the 19, I guess. Your head has been buried in the book. They've got their supplies. They got it. That nobody seems to actually care about what you have.
Yeah.
You've been staring at, kind of following, and occasionally kind of looking up. And it's one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, I haven't probably looked up in a while. You look up, and there's just snow everywhere. There is just snow and this freezing fog. And up in front of you, you do see somebody kind of stopped in the middle. They're low-sized, like they're. Let's see, hang on, okay. AJ, tall. Nate, tall. Hephaesta, short-ass, but they whip around, and you do see kind of a cloak, and there is a flash of like a gold trim. It's not Hephaesta. There's somebody else on the path, and they are turning back towards you.
Is there like a tree that she can like?
No, because like I said, the wind cuts through Bootlegger's trail, and anything in its path has just been shorn. So there is rocks that you can probably kind of duck down behind and stuff, but there isn't like a tree that you can kind of sidestep and turn left with and hide your frame.
Pretend you're the wind.
Yes, we win.
Je suis une wind. Fuck, man, I have no idea what to do.
I have an idea of what I want to do.
Too bad. It's not your turn.
You
I think she will just be like, sorry,
frozen.
deer in headlights. Not to stereotype myself.
There is a moment where the figure turns, and like you can't see, like other than the cloak and that flash of like gold trim, you are just staring at them. They don't move at all. You get the sense, like you can feel their eyes on you.
Yeah.
There's about 40 feet between you and them, and you just hear, Biswick! Biswick, is that you?
No.
Who are you?
Who are you?
And they move towards you.
I'm afraid. She reaches for the copper rabbit and then is like, fuck.
You see they reach for something at their side as well.
She's going to panic and just scream for Nate.
Give me a perception check, everybody. Again, AJ, advantage.
Oh, nice.
10.
16.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
It's that thing that the wind is screaming in your ears, but all of you kind of do look up. Nate, you don't know what direction it kind of came from, but you do see Hephaesta and AJ turn back on the path as all of you hear Clodagh scream out Nate's name.
But I do know where she is because I'm from locate object.
Oh, yes, sorry. Correct. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Using the wind to my advantage and knowing that it will mask any sounds that I make, I will cast invisibility on myself and I will rush towards that figure and attempt a non-lethal takedown to knock him out.
Nice.
Okay. Give me an... okay, so you're going to give me an attack roll.
Mhm.
You want to just try and knock him out?
Yeah.
So you can have a surprise, that gives you advantage. And I'm going to set the DC. If it's a straight knockout, like just bump, you have to beat a 16 to just straight up like buff and crack him over the head. If you hit 16 or higher, he's out.
Okay. 22.
Nice.
Yeah. AJ, as you kind of reaching for the mace kind of on your side, and Hephaesta, as you kind of begin to swell on magic, both of you just see Nate vanish. You clearly see his footsteps in the snow as he barrels towards where you see the shadowy figure. And in that moment, Clodagh, as he approaches, you do kind of see he's a kind of a tall dwarven man, very, very dusty kind of olive skin. You can just see kind of he's patches of his beard are kind of coming out through like a mask that he's wearing over his face. And he's wearing a low brimmed kind of hat to kind of keep, again, the wind and the snow kind of out of his eyes. He's drawn a short sword and he's kind of pointing it at you. And next minute, you just see his whole body drop to the ground to one side. He's unconscious.
She's just like looks around to see if there's anyone else.
I come visible again and I make the predator sound. But like the alien, not, you know.
Hi, I'm Nate.
Exactly.
She just grabs him in a hug.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, but is he okay?
I wouldn't worry about him. I suppose I'll shout back for Hephaesta and AJ. That's your name.
Yeah.
Homebrew Ben.
I presume we probably would have jogged / ran in the direction of...
It's slowly behind, yeah.
Yeah, you turn back and you see they're already kind of running at you.
He called me Biswick?
There's someone else here. Eswick. Biswick.
No, Biswick.
Oh, there might be 2 other people here.
Worst scout ever.
I'm the king's favorite.
God, nepotism is real.
You were the king's favorite.
Now the king's dead.
And your girlfriend killed him.
Not my girlfriend
Allegedly.
anymore.
I'm got evidence. We're not really together.
Okay, so we should probably move faster
Yeah.
and quieter and get off the road.
I don't know if we should leave this guy here.
How hard you hit him? When's he gonna wake up?
I mean, it's pretty nasty out. I don't know if it's really... I think maybe we take him with us.
Oh, Jesus.
Should we, wake him up now?
No, don't wake him up. I'm
Why?
saying loot him completely. Tie him up.
Leave him
And
naked as the day he was born.
And carry him with us. Or at least put him somewhere where he's out of the elements.
We don't need to... Look,
Take his weapons, just in case he wakes up.
Yeah, I don't
unexpectedly.
want to strip him.
That's not what that sounded like a minute ago.
I know we're known fugitives, but we don't have to act like fugitives. We can still treat this person
Society did this to us, AJ.
Yeah, and also, we don't have time to wait for him to wake up.
I was just gonna like get some snow and like water feed him. Snow.
Waterboarding this man?
No, just like put a little ice by his face.
I mean, the other side of it as well is that if he wakes up and gets back to Bisquick or Esquick or Nesquick or I don't know, like he could, let people know we're here. So I think it might be safe to bring him with us to cover our tracks in that way. And then maybe we can get some information from him.
I mean, I guess, but if I feel like he'll be a bit more forgiving and more willing to give us information if we don't kidnap him.
But if we wake up in a nice distillery with a nice hot drink and look after him that way, that's just as hospitable, and we'll loosen his lips with a nice little drip of alcohol.
We found him on the road and brought him to the nearest, safest place.
Yeah.
And someone had taken his things.
Yes.
Okay.
In the meantime, we've been found.
AJ's honor meter goes down 1.
There's a sharp whistle that cuts through the air. And you can all hear it bouncing off the chasm wall. It even cuts through the wind a little. There's a lilt to it. And then it dies down. And all of you can hear footsteps.
Shit.
Fast and bearing down towards you.
Shit.
Is it coming from the direction we need to go in or the direction we came from?
The direction you had come from.
We need to move.
We could just run.
Clearly his friend's coming, right? We can leave him?
He's safe.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Fuck it.
You're going to run?
Yeah.
As the four of you you're heading kind of up Bootlegger's Trail with kind of the wind kind of blasting against you and getting this flurry of snow. You are kind of against the elements. And with it screaming through your ears, you can barely hear your own breath. You hear your heart pounding in your heads. Barely hear the crunching of snow underfoot, and you don't know if they're your footsteps or the person next to you or the people that are pursuing you from the rear. But it's in that moment you lead the group again. You're looking for the third and final marker. It's a natural landmark that doesn't look kind of out of the way, but if you've been following the Drunken Oak and the Bastard Naggin, you're looking for the Foamy Head Rocks. And again, it is just a formation or type of stone that it looks like the frothy head on a pint nestled in, and even now it's really hard to spot it. And you definitely feel there's somebody fast on your heels when they do. It's just that thing of like, you see it, it's like, oh, no, that's snow, no, that's a bank of ice, that's whatever. And then you do see them kind of glistening. You see these kind of white, almost bubbly rocks just sort of jagging out of the dark. And it's here that there is sort of a narrow sort of passageway, either hewn by the wind or carved by hand. You don't know, and you've never bothered to ask the stout stones, but you catch it and you are able to slip off the main path and through this narrow chasm. Everybody else kind of hot on your heels as you do so.
I'll do that classic point at the cavern, but I'll let others go through and be the last to kind of cover our trail. And maybe, how close are they?
The figures behind? Give me a perception check.
No boy. 9 plus 6 is 15.
As you, like, it is that thing of like, kind of Nate is just kind of slipping through. As you kind of stare down kind of the path that you had come through, expecting other Visagian scouts, spies. These aren't Visagians. These figures they're not wearing the garb that this other fellow was. There's 4 of them. And they are just standing and watching.
So they can see me and I can see them?
Yeah. Again, silhouettes of each other.
And I get the feeling they can see me because they've stopped. That is creepy. I'll just wave and step into the cavern.
A whistling sound echoes out and it's joined by 3 more as you slip into the crack.
Do I recognize it as like a tone or a call or like a sign of any? This isn't the Whistler gang.
It's not. You've never known Visagians to communicate with. I mean, you would like over here, but this isn't. This has a song to it. It's like they're whistling a melody or a tune.
I try to remember it to tell the others when we have a moment to tell them.
Again, Clodagh, Hephaesta, Nate, AJ, kind of like scraping. You are like a couple of times you actually graze your knuckles or your face against the stone, wherever bare skin meets it, and it is cold. Then it's downwards, like you're actually like Clodagh, you kind of feel your foot slip a little bit, like you weren't expecting it, and now you find yourselves kind of clambering down this short little ravine. Eventually, the rock face kind of widens, and that you are able to you're no longer pressed against it, kind of pulling yourselves through. You're able to kind of walk a little tighter, kind of bunching yourselves up. The wind still kind of catching here, but you seemed to be kind of in the mountain, or have kind of made your way into this kind of like carved out hollow. And as it kind of begins to widen out, there is a headiness on the atmosphere. There is a almost kind of medicinal kind of smell, kind of that wallops you as the 4 of you kind of make your way into this kind of space. AJ, you know that around the corner from here, the Dragon's Breath distillery is to be found. And there are you can see small barrels and casks kind of neatly and discreetly kind of hidden in kind of the rocks or kind of around a corner, all with kind of frost or a little kind of snow or even kind of like rubble sitting on them. There's a very, very worn path, and you can kind of see little kind of frozen over little puddles, stalactites hanging from the ceiling. The pungent aroma of raw alcohol. Hephaesta, you're practically licking your lips. It's home. Is this God, or have we found Nirvana? And you can kind of hear like a kind of a whistling kind of sound, but this of steam whistling. That at first AJ sets you on alert. You're like, oh, the distillery. And you round that little kind of corner here in the cavern. And yeah, there is this, it's like a ramshackle cottage with all manner of like pipe and little chimney stack and just plumes of steam kind of just wafting up into the air. Behind it, you see this large barn or barn-like building. There are barrels and casks of every shape and size, from little kid-sized ones right up to something that a giant could really take a bath in, stacked and stocked all around this space. All of you hear the laughter of like children for a split second, and then there's just followed by kind of a sound as 3 kids come barreling around the side of the cottage, pelting each other with like mud balls. They're literally just like frozen lumps of like slush muck at each other. One of them in particular is drowned. Like but he's the furriest of them. 2 of them look like they're definitely dwarven children. They have kind of a, like, you don't know if it's the cold, but there's a rosy pinkness to their skin tone. They all have kind of just this, it's just rust red hair, tangles and tangles of wiry rust red hair. Like the 2 smaller of the 3 kind of stop in their tracks. They seem to have been chasing the furrier little fella. He has that same fiery red. He's covered in it. And he has kind of longer ears. He's a little taller than the other 2. And he's covered in muck. They all have that kind of rosy pink hue to their skin. But the small girl and boy who look more dwarven have kind of a mottling to their skin, where there is kind of like a lighter kind of hue, or patches of it anyway. And the taller of the 3 has a kind of a port wine stain just kind of over kind of the right side of his face, kind of over his nose. And you do see that he looks to be furball. and they do stop, and you just hear strangers, and they run right into the cottage. The door swings open and there's a slam.
So this is the dragon's breath. I think we can take a breath here for a little bit. Maybe plan the next day to year. Just like
No
I've
pressure.
realized that we don't have a plan.
No,
So-
that's what we were coming here
Yeah.
to make.
And we can figure out how to like avoid things like that, like being chased and found and like staying quiet on the road and stuff, like not pointing fingers. But I wasn't pointing fingers. I just do this sometimes when I'm excited. But yeah, just kind of figure each other out and how to find Fia, how to protect, how to get this. What is our plan?
I'm going to go over to the door and knock.
You've about 3 seconds. Nate, it is, I think, as you were about to approach, the door of the cottage is just kicked open, and there is a fucking gorgeous dwarven man. I mean, like, his hair is pulled back, like in kind of like a faux hawk. Very, very skin tight fade, kind of up. One thick braid just over his right ear, where he has, and his ear has just like 2 large black obsidian piercings. This long, fiery red beard, chocolate hazelnut eyes, and you can kind of like, again, a little bit of like dark circles, kind of, but you don't know if it's because he's not sleeping or if he's applying something to give himself that sort of edgy look. He comes swinging out with a large warhammer and a flask in one hand, and behind him is standing a good 2 foot taller than him furball woman with a crossbow that's on fire. 3 kids hanging off her hip, and he just bellows out, "You've about 3 seconds to make yourselves fucking scarce."
You said you'd been here before.
I have been here before. I pull back my hood. Is that poaching?
Immediately the warhammer drops, and he goes to drop the fist back. He's and he corks that, and he passes it to the Furbolg woman, and he says, "Stand down, Holly, stand down. Friend, not foe, friend, not foe." And the kids were also holding little flasks. They're still holding on to them.
Did I get knocked on my arse when the door flew open?
Almost. It was that thing of like, there is, like, it was that thing, had you just been a step further, it would have taken, like, it was that thing of, "Ooh, my nose." And like, he's kind of at crotch level, like he's shouting into your crotch. Large codpiece. There's a man shouting at your crotch, Nate.
Not the first time.
Yeah, he is just kind of looking past you. The furball woman does look you up and down a little bit. She's stunning. Like, you can clearly see where the kids get, like, my God, their looks, actually, both of the parents are fucking hot. Like,
So how do we make this a sandwich?
Coven? Is this? They bring kind of, like, where he has that fire red beard, she just has this tangle of like red hair. And again, her fur is that sort of soft rose pink. And you do see that, like, where the fur is a little lighter, the mottling has kind of come through. And she kind of like, she's kind of like, "Let's not have a sneeze," and like the crossbow goes out. And Puchin just kind of like sidesteps around your codpiece and like walks over and just dirty 20 just gives you a wallop into the gut.
Phew.
AJ,
Oh, hey. Good to see you too, friend.
what are you doing? What's the occasion?
Get this. I'm on the run.
Like a marathon or?
No, but I do need to pick up. You said you'd sponsor me for the last one. So.
Well, it's just that we can't exactly put like Dragon's Breath Distillery on the.
Right, of course. Yeah, secret distillery. We just need a place to lay low, secret, and get some drinks and sort of plan our next step. We're heading to Visage. And I have questions for you about whistlers and creepy shadows. Is any of this making sense?
Fuck all, lad. Do you want to meet me wife?
You got married?
I did. I assume you're in some sort of polyamorous quadruple.
It's a polycule.
Congratulations. Codpiece back there is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, that's Nathaniel. I think that's how you say it. I think it's Alvin. Nathaniel. I've just called him Nate.
Nate.
That's Nate. Or Ivan. This is best.
Make up your fucking mind.
And Clodagh. Clodagh.
Middleman.
Well, congratulations. I mean, we're all free thinking here.
No,
So
it's not like that. We're just travel companions.
no, I'm sure. How do you think Holly and I met?
Yeah. I walk up to Holly. I go, "Hi, I'm Nate. Pleasure to meet you."
She does, like, she throws like just a mountain of curls over her shoulder, and like one of the kids falls off. And she just sits and she says, "Pleasure."
Oh, an accent.
Oui, un peu.
Where's that from?
Visage.
Oh, Visage.
Have you
Visage. And no, I've always wanted a tour there.
And Holly just comes bounding out. Two of the kids still hanging off of her. The other one trying to catching and grabs onto her tail. Holly, this is AJ. He thinks he's the fugitive. This is AJ's partner, Hephaesta. This is his other partner, Clodagh. And this is you've obviously seen Codpiece.
These are our friends, so they should be able to keep us hidden and keep us safe and have food and drink and bed and board.
Oh yeah, we've oodles of that here. I don't exactly have 3 mouths to be feeding around with that.
I mean, you do run this as a business, though, right?
Not very successfully.
We can compensate.
I like the first one.
Can we come in? It's very cold out here.
My gaff's your gaff.
Oh, thanks.
As long as she's paying.
Yeah.
Where?
No problem.
Where's your dad?
You can't just ask people that, AJ.
Some of
What?
us don't know.
Some of us don't have one.
Yeah.
AJ doesn't know.
As you are all being filtered in, and Holly is like, so this is Nook, and she points to the little dwarven boy. That's Brana, and she gestures to the little Furbrug fella hanging off Mike. And they all wave. Mike just from him, he doesn't say anything, he just makes that sound. As you are all shuffled in, and Potching hits you on the back. So, well, AJ, it's not great now. Randir, he's passed.
Oh no.
Over to Visage a couple of months ago.
Right. So left the place to yourself then?
He has. We couldn't. Doesn't matter. It's just fine. And the door closes behind you, and immediately Holly goes to start putting things into the children's arms to bring it to you. And again, they're a little bit like, oh God, strangers, oh God, weirdos. What's wrong with that one? And they are they're bringing in little cups. It's a little cottage, and you can see that the kitchen and dining area, the living area, is all one space. So while Holly's off in the little kitchenette, stacking things up, the kids are bringing in mugs of ale and little glasses or little tumblers filled with vaporous liquids that are very strong. They're occasionally dipping their fingers in and giving it a lick. And little trays of food, and Potching's catching you up. Self and Randir had a falling out over the ancient secret family recipe that isn't. It's basically how you make poutine. There ain't nothing secret about it. And Potching had deciphered it.
Oh.
And you're supposed to wait until the other fella's dead before you get it. And he's very upset, so he's off in Visage stewing.
We gave up brewing altogether. It's just stewing instead. Fair enough. Just got into the soup business.
Yeah.
Great.
All manner of food and everything else is brought for you, and you are shown into the barn where there's no room in the cottage. There's barely room for the 5 of them, but you are shown where you can some cots are set up. And even though the Dragon's Breath distillery isn't as bootlegging isn't as popular these days, it's still in full swing, and there's all manner of ale and booze and alcohol and imbibement being brewed and fermented. And yeah, you are he catches you up on where Randir is, and he tells you how he met Holly, and then they've had the 3 kids, and business is slow, but it's still going. And how much of what's happened in Galeshire and the King are you going to share?
I'd probably tell him everything.
AG never makes big hole.
He's nodding along. Right. Okay. So you just pissed it all away then.
I think there was a lot of stuff outside of our control. I feel like there's a lot of machinations in the shadows. Is that what you'd call it? People pulling strings. It's actually what we're gonna maybe like chat and figure out how to, now that we know what they know, like how to get the one up on them and show them you're not gonna get one past us. Watch out, villains.
Right, Jared. Then
Scram!
he's just kind of nodding along, like all the while. Like, well, you can pitch a few days here, I guess. Are you heading into Visage?
Yeah, it actually probably explains why you're not getting a lot of traffic. The whole city of Galeshire is like under siege, so I don't know if there's a lot of people let out. Just if it affects your production over the next coming months.
No, we'll stockpile.
Do you want to join us for the planning, or
Kind of not really, to be honest. That's more of a you thing and plausible deniability. That's Holly says, and she's plausible deniability.
I think we should also mention there's seems to be people patrolling the mountain. I don't know if you've...
Oh, those are just AJ's friends. They won't find it.
Okay.
sorry, I'm saying they weren't my friends. One of them was from Visage,
Visagians.
and then there was 4. I didn't get a good look at them, but they were whistling, like a kind of like...
So hikers.
No, they were ominous. They stood there.
They were armed.
They were armed to either side. I waved. They didn't wave back, so they're not friendly.
Yeah, and they're not using their arms.
No.
But you obviously didn't lead them here.
I mean, I didn't invite them here, no. Just waved at them and then went here.
So you acknowledged them and then you came here.
It would be rude not to. They were looking at me. Like when you're passing someone in a cart and you just give them a little one finger salute. It's what we do
I
around
think
here.
he kind of just looks at Holly and she's just kind of, won't you? And she gets up and she grabs the crossbow and she pitches out to the front of the cottage.
Yeah, we're being hunted by like 4 fiends. Whistling beasts. Anyone come across a whistling?
Did any of the rest of us hear the whistling?
We heard the whistling, but we didn't see them.
Yeah.
Only AJ saw them at the end. And didn't think to tell anybody until we got to our safe place. So we should maybe plan fast.
Yeah,
And then leave quickly.
sure.
So that those people don't come here and catch us and or hurt these people who are your friends.
Well, there's only 4 of them. And there's like 8 of us.
There's children here?
Yeah, have you seen those kids?
You know what? Fair enough.
What do you say about my kids?
They're fighters. They're scrappers.
Strong. They're
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, but they're kids. Like, I mean, they'd probably take the 4 of you, yeah, but like, if there's more of them, we're going to do a watch.
Yeah.
So, the 4 of you look like you could do a rest, maybe. So, why don't you go do that? And I'll let Holly know to get one of you.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So plan, I'm thinking we find Fia, see what Fia knows about the tarot, and then as one big group, stop them?
I'm going to put my hand on AJ's shoulder and go, sounds good, bud. Let's maybe get some sleep and then we can really get into it.
Potching leaves the barn, workshop, distillery. Like how the door closes behind him. Kind of just like, whoa.
So sleep first, plan in the morning?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are in a place to think.
Mm.
And I think Hephaesta just kind of looks at Clodagh, worried.
So is the plan to just
Nap.
sleep?
Yeah, I think for Hephaesta. Now for Clodagh.
Don't tell me what to do.
For Clodagh, it's going to be a case of like she's reading and rereading and kind of humming softly to herself, trying to figure out what Kappa meant by singing the prophecy, and eventually will just tire herself out.
That's it for kind of for everybody. The night kind of passes with you mulling over your own thoughts.
I only sleep 4 hours. So the start of the night, I'd be listening into this melody to see if it's any melody like the whispering things.
Nope.
And then when I do go to sleep, I'm going to try for the first time in my life to dream. Ooh. I'm going to try get into that hag space that we were in.
My name is Declan.
It's where we're recording right now. It's Declan's house.
Hag space. Oh, I want that on a t-shirt. Or a little thing over my house.
Little neon sign.
Yeah.
Hag's house.
Morag was my first friend on Hag Space.
She's everybody's first friend on Hag Space.
That and my best friend Tom on MySpace.
Tom hates you.
Yeah, I'm trying to specifically to find Fia in the dream space world. Like, go looking. That's why I haven't been all that worried, because like reality, whatevs.
Yes, we're aware of that now. Delusional.
Okay, inspiration for that. I mean, it's that's Eilish inspiration, not necessarily Clodagh inspiration.
Oh,
but
I'm going to use it in something when I'm dying.
I'll take that back. It's not allowed to be used for death saves. Everybody, it is that thing of you are just sleeping. You're like you are kind of hunkered down on like makeshift cots and beds. You can kind of hear the steam whistle and the odd kind of flap of a tin lid as it kind of bubbles up over. You can hear Clodagh kind of humming to herself. Shit. Sleep comes to 3 of you at first, and AJ, it is I think of like you let your mind kind of wander. You have no idea what the shit you're doing or how to do it. You can daydream, and you've talked to Fia about dreaming and stuff like that, but you close your eyes and you just start thinking things, and you're like, oh, what is a dream? How do I dream? Where do I dream? When do I dream? Why do I dream? How do I dream? Did I ask myself that question? It is just this repeated cycle, and like all these different kind of images and scenes, and the mountain and Gaelshire, the catacombs, Temperance, Fia, the king, the ball, Fia, the mountains, Fia, and again, it's constantly, if you keep thinking of Fia, and then it's really strange. You kind of feel yourself falling, and it's more. It's like someone has cast feather fall on you, because you feel the world move around you, and you are kind of plunging through it very, very slowly, very, very gently. And in front of you, there is a wonderfully ornate, antique-looking door. It's a double door with 2 brass handles. AJ, you reach for the 2 handles, and as you pull the doors open, you can hear a piano playing, and it's the same tune that Clodagh was humming. And you don't, as you kind of look around, it's like a bar or a tavern. Like you see yourself kind of moving in, and it's almost that thing of you feel your body move, but you see yourself move. It's almost as if physical form and spiritual or psychic or astral, you don't really know, but there is kind of a slight disconnect between what the body does and what the mind feels. And you get the sense that there are others here. And as you look around, and again, that music becomes kind of just a warbling kind of background energy. Sitting further down this long hallway in a booth, you see Lady Marigold Wolver III. She's talking to somebody when her eyes fix on you.
I walk up to her.
As you approach, and I think it's like, again, the body moves, and then a second later the mind kind of seems to follow it, or your spirit seems to follow it. You can feel people kind of moving past you. And she kind of just holds a hand up, very sort of very brazen, sort of like it's kind of a wait, without having to communicate it, and her eyes drift back to the person in front of her.
Do I see who that is?
You can see some of them. They're wearing a suit, very sharp black suit, and you just hear her say, "Done." They reach for something on the table. They turn, and you see this long, slender fellow dressed in this fitted, tailored black suit with a long strim tie. And in their left hand, you see the copper rabbit. They tilt their head at you, give you a wink, and they vanish as Marigold gestures to the seat that they were sitting in.
AJ shakes off some muscle memory of like standing at attention before being like permitting, like it's just a split second through his mind. He thinks to stand then, but he takes a seat. I'm dreaming.
Yes. And
Are you dreaming?
I don't have to.
But is what's happening happening?
Do you mean if I reach across this table and stab you in the throat, will you die?
Well, now I do.
You find yourself sitting in the Dream Veil door, a space between nightmare and dream. A middle ground.
So this is where dreams and nightmares come to chat and mingle and
Parlay.
I don't speak Visagian.
This is one of those spaces, Aegelius, where as much as you would like to hide behind the bravado and that facade of yours, I can see all of you. And she just holds her hand out and she pulls it back, and you feel smaller in the chair.
Well, like there's no need. We're parlaying.
You come here, no invitation, and you wish to speak to me on the same level.
AJ kind of looks around the room and is like, "You're the only person I know here, so I just came over to I just came over to say hello."
Give me an insight check.
21.
It's that thing, AJ, as you say, I came over because you're the only person I know here. Before, where you felt everybody was kind of like moving past and around, the Dream Veil door has cleared out. It is just you and Marigold here.
And now you're the only person here to talk to. So I can go if you want me to. I just thought I'd have it.
The door. And she points off.
Okay.
She's behind that door. Fia. The girl you threw everything away for.
Do you know who I am?
Yes.
Will you tell me?
What will I get for giving you the answers?
I'll stop asking.
You remind me so much of a sister of mine.
I never knew you had a sister. Older or younger?
I had 2
Oh,
sisters.
you strike me as the eldest. I don't have any brothers or sisters. You know that. Yeah, I'm an orphan.
True, I wouldn't necessarily call them him a brother. Failsafe. I know what I want. Right now, everything I have sacrificed and struggled fur is slipping from my fingers. You cost me so much. Having you in the right place at the right time, jangling you in front of his nose, ensuring he saw you when he had to see you. A shining beacon. So much of himself he would often say he saw in you, and how I laughed at the idea.
You're doing that thing again where it's like I should know what you're talking about, but all I can say is that I've obviously upset you. I know what it feels like to kind of think you have everything and to be almost on the cusp of everything you want. And
she is nothing in comparison to everything I have sacrificed, centuries I have given.
Whoa. How long have you been here?
I too have a facade. And Marigold's form melts away. And in front of you, you see this haggard, wrinkled, skeletal creature. Eyes sunken into the back of her head, just these glowing red beads staring from darkness and the void in at you. Her hands on the table elongate and scratch into the dark oak. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Good. It's only +2. But funny enough, he has a keen mind or something, but I just treat it as him being an idiot. 14.
Those stories, some of the older kids, and the occasional brother or sister at the Temple of Brogue would tell you of the monster under the bed, the shadow in the closet. That immediately comes to mind as you look at Marigold, as you take her in. She has always been there. In the corner of your eye, that feeling of being watched.
AJ's a little bit speechless because he's not sure what to look for or to ask, and he's also scared. Is there any of the shadow that surrounds Fia around this person?
No, it's not the same.
Is there any part of me that feels protected?
Your mind immediately goes back to the nightmarescape where you were chasing down Dahlia's memories and the encounter with Morag and her words.
I don't care if we're family. Get out of my way.
And you feel connected to Marigold in this moment. As much as you are frightened, there is a familiarity with what she is as much who she is.
AJ just says one word without certainty. Mom?
Blood of my blood. In practical terms, yes, you are of me. But I am not your mother.
Wait, does that mean I don't have a mother? Or that there is someone else who is my... I'm not too sure how it works. I know roughly. You don't have to explain it to me. I know you're not my mom, but you don't have to explain that to me.
Your father, Dreyfus, and I had you. I, Lyle courtesan, royal advisor. I had to have you in secret, waiting for a moment that you pissed into the wind, all for a useless wisp of a little cur I will show you the door. You will ensure Ridge stays away from her, and whatever cursed magic she holds over the pair of you, you are useless. He has potential. He will be my king.
Ridge is going to be king?
Take 10 psychic damage.
Well, I guess not. Jeez.
Noggins taking a flog.
There, you'll find her. What's left of her.
Okay. AJ gets up. Make sure he hasn't left anything behind.
She puts her hand on yours.
Ew.
If I cared at all, if you continue to interfere, do not trust that my maternal instincts will save you.
I don't want to piss you off any more than I already have. I saw what you did to Dreyfus. Like, that was my dad. I've just found out, and you loved him, I think. So yeah, I don't think I'm safe here. And you are obviously very powerful here. I'm in your home. I'm just nervous that through ignorance I'll do it. So I don't know what you do or do not want me to do. And I promise you, if I do it, it's probably going to be an accident.
Ignorance couldn't save your father. And it won't save you.
Agreed. That's why I'm asking you to tell me what it is you don't want me to do.
She vanishes.
Oh, shoot. That was her sister. AJ's connecting the hags.
There's a door in front of you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hooray! Let's see how this goes.
I was like, in my head when you're doing that, I was like, ages ago, I was like, ages, the son of the king. I wrote on my phone, I was like, I need to let people know that I got it. I knew it. I was like so invested.
19.
The door doesn't want you there.
Stupid door.
You know it doesn't want you there, and as you reach for it, humph, it vanishes in a cloud of purple and black smoke and haze. And it's on the other side of the room.
AJ's going to reach into his pocket, take out a piece of parchment and a quill, and write something along the lines of, and I don't know how much comes through in Dream World, but like, hey Fia, it's AJ, we're looking for you. I got your note. He's going to fold it up and try to slide it under the door.
As you crouch low and you reach under the door, there's a gap. You can get your hand under. Somebody on the other side puts their hand on yours, and you feel an immense pressure. She is mine. And your eyes dart open. And we'll leave the episode there. You've been listening to Romancing the Dungeon with Amber, Sam, Ben, Eilish, and me, Declan, your Dungeon Master. That's it. That's all we have time for this week. A big thank you to Stephen Tynan and Abby Soiree for our kick-ass theme song, Fight for Each Other. Podcast title card artwork is by Dahi C Designs. And, there's a lot of fun I'm seeing as we kind of, for us, come towards the end of the campaign. I realize as I'm recording this, we're probably like still in the middle of something else, but I'm sitting here and I'm I've got my corkboard and I've got my red string, and it's all tying together in my own imagination. Anyway,
if you want to talk about the show, if you want to see more stuff from behind the scenes, if you want to check out any of the other content that we are making here at D8 Dungeon, you can check us out on all social media platforms. Just search D8 Dungeon. There's a link to our Discord below where you can chat to some of the cast. You can put your own theories out there, and you can also get involved. Speaking of getting involved, if you have 2 seconds, I know it's the end of the show, and I know if I got you here, great. You probably are going to do this, but if you could leave a comment wherever you are listening to this, if it's on Spotify, maybe it's a review over on Apple Podcasts, whatever it might be, pass it along to a friend, share it on your socials, help us kick the algorithm's ass and find new people to listen to the show. I'm going to shut up, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to see you in 2 weeks' time. Until then, take care. Bye. I'm not blaming it either.
I was getting us supplies.
I had someone like, I'm cool. I'm Blair Sinclair from Drag Race.
I was in character, okay? I was in character. Nate doesn't listen. Okay? Nate's only concerned with himself.
Where did Nate and Sam end?